So, the topic that I want us to discuss today is about taking care of people living with HIV and AIDS. So, this is a very, very important topic, and I want you to take key note in getting the message in this so that you can go and help people outside there. So, first, nutrition need must be seen in the context with other needs, and nutrition education should be provided alongside other components that contribute to well-being, including healthcare, economic and social support, and especially positive living. I'm going to give you some of the key general social support messages that are important to ensure that nutrition education is effective for both people with HIV/AIDS and their carriers. So, let's talk about taking care of yourself. So, this is the advice for a person with HIV and AIDS. Nutrition education has a place alongside other advice and support directed at promoting well-being and positive living. So, general recommendation for taking care of yourself are the ones that I'm going to give you. And first is the body needs extra rest. Sorry. So, I've said first, the body needs extra rest. Try to sleep for 8 hours every night and then rest whenever you are tired. So if you feel that you are tired anywhere, just get a rest there. And then the second one, try not to worry too much. Stress can harm the immune system. Relax more, relax with people you love, your family, your children, and your friends. Do things you can enjoy, like listen to music or read a newspaper or a book. And then the third thing, be kind to yourself. Try to keep a positive attitude. Feeling good is part of being healthy. And then take light exercise. Choose a form of exercise that you enjoy. You find support and get good advice. So when I talk about this, I talk about ask for advice from health workers. Many medical problems, they can be treated. Ask for help and accept help when it is offered. And then most important, please stop smoking. It damages the lung and many other parts of the body, and it makes it easier for infections to attack your body. Alcohol is harmful to the body, especially the liver. It increases vulnerability of infection and destroys vitamins in the body. Under the influence of alcohol, you may forget to practice safe sex. You know, when you don't practice safe sex, you will lead to other people getting the infection. And then avoid unnecessary medicines. They often have unwanted side effects and can interfere with food and nutrition. If you do take medicine, read the instructions carefully. So, I want now to talk about caring for person with HIV and AIDS. The carer looking after a person with HIV/AIDS may be a member of the family, or if the person lives alone, a neighbor, relative, or friend. It is not easy to care for a person with HIV and AIDS. Whenever grows, prepares, cooks food and serves it to the person with HIV/AIDS needs support. So, the task involves meeting the needs of the sick person and balancing this with the needs of the other member of the family. You know, too much help may be overprotective and take away the dignity, independency, and self-respect of the person with HIV and AIDS, while too little help may not be provided the support that is needed to ensure that the person eats well, and has the strength to resist infections. So, here are some of the recommendations for carers. When I talk about carers now, this is a caregiver, that person who is taking care for the sick person. So, first, spend time with the person living with HIV and AIDS. Discuss the foods they need and maintain and gain weight and manage their illness. Get to know what kind of foods they like and do not like, and you involve them in planning their meals. Sorry. And then the second recommendation for carers, keep an eye on their weight. So ensure that you measure their weight so that you will be knowing. If possible, weigh them regularly and keep a record. Look out for any unexpected weight loss and take action. And then, as a carer, do this. Check the medicine they are taking. Read the instructions to find out when they need to be taken, what foods to be avoided, and any side effects. And then be encouraging and loving. This is very important. If people want to have food of their choice at any time of the day, try to get it for them. They may suddenly stop liking a food, refuse what has been prepared, and want something different. They are not trying to be difficult. These sudden changes in the taste are a result for their illness. So this often happens for anybody who is sick. This may happen to you. You may suddenly change the test and the result of the due to the result of the illness, like you don't want that meal. So these people, they want the food of their choice at any time. It is not that because they want it. So just take them the way they are, because it is the problem in them that is dictating them. And then the other thing, be firm about the importance of eating and encourage them to eat frequently, but do not force them to eat. Giving them too much food at one time may cause them to refuse. When you too much of something, it's dangerous. So you may hate something because of it being too much. Again, if they are too sick to leave their beds, make sure that they have something to drink and a snack nearby. And keep a watchful eye, looking around to see if the house is clean, that there are no hygiene problems, and there is enough food. And then the last thing, if the sick person lives alone, invite them to join your family for a meal. Encourage others in the community to visit them and invite them out. This is very important. This will help them to feel like they are loved. And then let's now talk when the carers will have their own concerns and worries, fears for the future, for their families, and for their own health. It is important that they take care of themselves, get enough rest, and have the appropriate information and support to carry out their difficult task. The important message I'm going to give you, it cannot be emphasized enough, but I'm going to make another video on how to emphasize on this message about the carers concerning their worries, fears, and their future. HIV and AIDS, it's not spread by food or water. You cannot spread HIV AIDS by food or water. that you have used this water and I'm going to use it now that I'm going to get the HIV virus. No, that one will not happen. HIV and AIDS cannot be spread by sharing food. For example, you are using the same plate to eat. You cannot get HIV and AIDS. Dishes or cooking utensils such as cups. These things they can't spread HIV and AIDS. So don't have any fear. Even when we talk about knives now, for example, when a knife has cut person with HIV positive and you use it, it cuts you, that's now when you will get HIV and AIDS. But if you share and it doesn't cut anybody, you will not get the HIV person. So HIV and AIDS cannot be spread by touching another person, by hugging, shaking hands, or holding other people in the normal way. There is no need to avoid body contact with a person living with HIV and AIDS. There is no complete need for such things. So, they will not lead to you getting HIV and AIDS. So, hug them, shake hands with them, touch them, and then you will not get HIV and AIDS. So that's all about the recommendation for carers. And in just a summary form, I've talked about taking care of people living with HIV and AIDS, and I've told you about taking care of yourself. This is now the advice that I've given to a person with HIV and AIDS, so HIV and AIDS positive people. And I've talked about caring for a person with HIV and AIDS and recommendation for carers. These are now people giving help to people with HIV and AIDS. So thank you for your time, and next I'm going to give you a full detailed information concerning the worries, fears, and the future for the families of the carers. So don't